Hey guys!
Hey.
Pull your fucking hair back, dude. Better? Yeah. Good. Hey guys, since it is June, which means we're halfway done with the year, I figured I'd run down a list of albums in no particular order that are in my top 11 of the year so far. These are not in any cohesive order for the most part, and I just wanted to run down this list, talk about what I'm excited about, that kind of thing. Some albums that I know are not on my list, mostly because I haven't listened to them. I have them, but I haven't listened to them yet, or I just didn't want to put them on here. The Cake album, I've heard about half of it. I like it, but I don't think it's going to be in my list. The new Radiohead album, just not doing it for me for list material. Or the new Children of Bodom album. That album just left a sour taste in my mouth because it was so it was so abrupt when it ended. It needed to be much longer, or at least a couple songs longer. It needed to close out better, and that really just left a sour taste in my mouth. There are a couple of other albums that I haven't completely listened to yet either, like the new Out of Sight release. I've listened to a couple tracks. It's not bad. Again, probably won't be on my list. Demo Gets Mad, which I got off a recommendation from the Needle Drop. That's not bad either. I've listened to a couple tracks off of that as well. There are just some albums I've wanted to creep into that have gotten on this list. And here's those albums. Definitely number one right now. I'm already going to say what my number one is. Foo Fighters. I've said that multiple times. It's my number one. There are things that are coming out that might top it, but damn, that album is good. I'm still listening to Wasting Light. I think it's fantastic. I fucking love that album. I think it's amazing. It just does so much for me. Death Grips, that album, Exmilitary, I don't know what it is about it. It's just, I like the unique style of the rap, and it's like, the beats are so well done. They're almost industrial-esque, and I just love that aspect of it. It's really fucking good. I like it a lot. One album that will most likely be axed off my list is Tyler, the Creator's Goblin. It's very low on my list, and when I review both those albums, I'll go more in depth about that, but it's a lot like Children of Bodom. It barely made this list. It just, it left a better taste in my mouth because it closes better, but there's a lot of those just, doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me at all. Or it won't do it for me probably as it goes on. There's some tracks, love, and there's some tracks I've seen other people don't like that I love, and it's just gonna be, the new DevilDriver album, that album fucking kills, start to finish, just beat. It's like getting punched in the face with fucking happiness. It's so good. I can't describe it other than that. It's heavy, it's hard hitting, it's brutal, and it just feels so good to hear that album. I mean, it's not, it's a change of style for them in comparison to the last couple of releases, but it's nothing new for them. It's just, it was really good to hear. Loved it. One of my favorite metal albums so far of the year. It's really good. Now, a release that was very surprising to me was the Times of Grace album, Hymn of the Broken Man. I didn't really know what to expect from this release. I was intrigued by it because I was never that big into the old Killswitch stuff. Some of the songs I'd heard I wasn't that big into. But I really enjoyed this release. I like the fact that there's only two of them in the band and they make it work. I was surprised that Jesse Leach wasn't that bad in this. He was better than how I thought he was with Killswitch. That could be because he's aged as a vocalist and has gotten better, but I was more intrigued with this project and I liked him more. And Who knows if it'll stay on? This is one of those ones that's iffy. Some of these will stay on, most likely, to the end of the year, but that's one of them that's iffy, depending on how the rest of the releases pan out for me. One album that I was sure I was going to love is one I had heard in Philly before I bought it and listened to it again. Buckminster from Driftless Pony Club. I really dig this album. I like the sound that Driftless Pony Club is going to, because it is somewhat different from the earlier stuff, and I think it's a good release. I think it's a really solid follow-up to that short little taste of the newer sound that you got on Expert, and yeah, I'm very satisfied with this album. It will most likely stay on the rest of the releases. I'm not 100% sure, but because there's a lot of good stuff coming out at the tail end of the year. One that will most likely be staying on because it's so damn good. Beastie Boys' Hot Sauce Committee Part 2. This is the first album to be released since I've gotten to appreciate the Beastie Boys more. Because as I was a kid, there was always the popular stuff that you heard on the radio and stuff. And this is the first release of theirs since I've really matured as a music lover and have really gotten to love the Beastie Boys. And this album fucking is awesome. I think that it's so good. It shows they haven't aged that much, and I think it's a solid release. I can't imagine taking it off. I really can't. I think it's a great album. I think that I can't wait for Hot Sauce Committee Part 1. It's just love it to the max. And another album that's on my list that will probably go because I don't see it staying. E40's Renevue, Retrievin, Graveyard Shift. I heard Graveyard Shift before Overtime Shift. I have both, but I'm a newer fan of E40. I don't hate this album. I think this album is great. But I'm not that much of a devoted E40 fan to probably keep it on, unless there's nothing else that can top this. It'll stay on the low end, but it's a solid album. There's some points on there that just kind of irk me that would push this off the list. Other than that, it's a solid release. That about rounds out my list. Those are some of the albums I'm loving, that I'm liking enough to put on a list. And, yeah. As for what's coming out in the future, you have Machine Head's album, which is going to be amazing. I don't doubt that it's going to be amazing. If Lamb of Gods comes out this year, you have Lamb of God, which is going to be awesome. Trivium's new album is sounding good from that In Wave song. I dig it. Anthrax new album, yes. Testament, yes. Meshuggah, oh god, yes. Metal is coming in hard at the tail end of this year. Gojira's releasing an EP, and there's not really any EPs I've heard this year so far. But, so much is coming out that is just going to be amazing. There's some heavy hitters I've already missed, or just albums I really wanted to hear that I've missed. Like the new Amon Amarth album came out. I really wanted to hear that. I've heard really good things about it. The new Rise Against album, heard it was good, wanted to check it out. The new Cavalera Conspiracy album, and the new R.E.M. album. I can't believe I do not have the new R.E.M. album, but I'm gonna get it. It's amazing from what I've heard, and I've heard a couple tracks because they were out before, and it sounds awesome. So yeah, those are some albums that I appreciate. Again, to put on the list. And some of the things I'm looking forward to, some stuff that I've missed, just a reflection of this first half of the year, a little bit on the future. Hopefully, the tail end of this year provides some great music, because, yeah, I'd like to fine-tune this list. If I find last year's video, I'll upload it. I don't know if I still have it. I'm sure I do somewhere on my computer. I will probably be re-uploading that to refresh your mind as to what was on that list. So, yeah. You guys have good days, lives, and situations. And I will see you another day. Oh! Crap! I forgot 2 other albums that are coming out that I'm stoked for. The new Tech 9 and the new Limp Bizkit album. And I still don't have Skindred's album. Those are 3 more albums that will most likely be on this list that I don't have yet. But yes, good days, live situation. Good days, live situations. And I will see you another day. Kitty is invading my shot. Or trying to. So yeah, see you guys. Shit! Good thing I wasn't saying anything yet.